Hey everybody, welcome to the Vinyl channel. I'm the Vinyl Guy Boz. On this episode, I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favorite Queen songs based on their vinyl singles. I have a stack of the vinyl singles right here. Okay, so I have that coming up, so stick around and don't touch that dial. Alright, welcome back. And again, this is going to be my top 10 favorite Queen songs. It's going to go from my least liked Queen song all the way down to number 1 to my most liked Queen song. Okay, and again, these are going to be based on the vinyl singles that I have in my collection. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so number 10 in my collection is right here. This here is Somebody to Love. This is from Queen's 1976 album, A Day at the Races. This has awesome harmonies. A lot of people say that it's gospel sounding. I really like the song a lot. The song hit number 13 on the US Billboard Hot 100, but it went all the way to number 2 on the UK charts. So again, this here is number 10, Somebody to Love. Okay, so moving on to number 9. This here is Queen and David Bowie's collaboration. This is Under Pressure. It's an awesome song. It was first released as a single by itself in 1981, and later it was added to Queen's 1982 album, Hot Space. The song appears on the Rolling Stones list of the 500 greatest songs of all time, coming in at number 429. David Bowie does an amazing job on this record. His voice is spot on. Vanilla Ice also sampled this for his song Ice Ice Baby. So yeah, so it's just a great song, and this one comes in at number 9. Okay, so moving on to number 8. This here is the Seven Seas of Rye. This is from their 1974 album, Queen 2. I really love the piano on this. It's such a great song. It was the band's very first song to hit the singles chart in the UK. But this is a very awesome song. And again, this is the Seven Seas of Rye coming in at number 8. Okay, so moving on to number 7. This here is I Want to Break Free from their 1984 album, The Works. This song, it didn't fare very well in the US. It only got to number 45 on the Billboard Hot 100, but it did hit number 3 on the UK charts. It's a really great song. I really like it a lot. This is, again, number 7, I Want to Break Free. Okay, so moving on to number 6. This here is the theme to Flash Gordon, also known as Flash's theme. Queen did the entire soundtrack to Flash Gordon for the 1980 movie Flash Gordon. So there are basically 2 different versions of this song. One version appeared on their LP, which pretty much had the opening dialogue to the movie leading into the music for the theme song. And then once the theme song started, there wasn't any more dialogue. And then there was this version here, which is a single version, which did not have the opening dialogue of the movie. It went right straight into the actual music. However, they did take other dialogue throughout the movie and they put it into the actual song. And that's a single version, and that's my favorite version. So this here is number 6, Flash's theme. Okay, so halfway home, here we going on to number 5. This here is Bohemian Rhapsody. This is from their 1975 album, A Night at the Opera. The song clocks in at nearly 6 minutes long, which is pretty long for a 45 for really any song that appears on the Top 40 radio. But in the US, the song went all the way to number 9 on the Billboard in 1976. But in 1992, it went back on Billboard again because of the movie Wayne's World. The song was featured in Wayne's World, and it appeared on the soundtrack. And in 1992, the song went all the way to number 2 on the charts. So it's a great song. A lot of people have parodied this song, It was parodied by the Muppets. The Muppets version is one of my favorite parodies of the song. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link below to the Muppets parody. If you've never seen it before, go down there and check it out. It is funny and it's amazing. But I really like the song Bohemian Rhapsody. It's an awesome song. Most people know it, so there you go. Okay, so moving on to number 4. This here is We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. This is from their 1977 album News of the World. So pretty much these two songs are almost always played back to back. That being the case, I consider this to be one song, even though technically it's two, but it doesn't matter. Both songs are great. I remember the very first time that I heard this song. I was in junior high school, and I was actually riding my bike back and forth to school from home. And I was coming home one afternoon, and there was a long road. The road was about 1.5 miles long, and I had just gotten on the sidewalk, heading down this road. And then there was a high school not too far away from the junior high school. And I remember a car coming by with a bunch of kids in it, I'm assuming from the high school, and they had a radio full blast, and they were actually playing this song. I hadn't heard it before, I hadn't recognized it, but I thought it was just the greatest song. And I heard it for quite a while down the road because it was so loud. But of course, I had to figure out what song it was, and I did. It was this song here, "We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions." But it's a great song. It comes in at number 4 on my list. So there you go. Okay, so moving on to number 3. This here is Radio Gaga. This is from their 1984 album, The Works. So I can really relate to this song. We listen to the lyrics. It was talking about how MTV and other music television networks like VH1 were slowly trying to take over the airways from radio, having people in the house watching TV listening to top 40 songs instead of on the radio. I personally never really got into MTV or VH1 too much. I mean, I catch a video here or there, but all through high school and through the 90s, I pretty much did not watch very many music videos. I was still listening to radio in my car, radio in the house, and of course I had a vinyl collection, and back then I had some CDs as well, so if I wanted to hear something, I just went ahead and put it on. But I can definitely relate to the lyrics of this song. This is another song that I remember the very first time that I heard it. So this was a few years later. I was working at a 24-hour restaurant, and I was on my way home. It was around midnight, and I had the radio playing in the car. It was WDIZ. For those of you from Orlando, you should recognize that radio station. But anyways, I was driving home, and this song came on the radio. I hadn't heard it before. I wasn't sure exactly, what album it was from, but I did recognize that it was Queen right away. Queen's got a very distinctive, style. So, but it took me a few days to figure out exactly what song this was and where I could pick it up. Now, back then there was no internet, there was no YouTube, so I couldn't go out there and very quickly figure it out, and I can't ask the radio station to play it again. So, but I did figure it out. I went down to Music Land and I picked up the LP, and it was great. Okay, getting down to the last two. So this here is Don't Stop Me Now, taken from the 1978 album Jazz, but the single wasn't released until January of 1979. This is a great song. I really like it a lot. It has a lot of energy. It makes you want to dance. It makes you want to crank up the volume on the stereo as loud as you can get it. And you just want to, the song is just amazing. And I really like the song a lot. It's number 2 on my list. It's number 2 on my list. So there you go. Don't Stop Me Now. Okay, so now we're getting down to number 1. There's really only one single left that I haven't really covered. Most of you out there probably know what it is. I think there's a couple singles, but I think y'all might know what the song is. But let me go ahead and show it to you. So this here is Bicycle Race and Fat Bottom Girls. Like the previous single, this was also released on the 1978 album Jazz. And pretty much like the We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions, I album-oriented rock radio stations or AOR stations. We pretty much play these songs back to back. The songs actually reference each other, so to me, these are almost one song, but the songs are great. The songs are amazing. It's my favorite Queen songs of all time. Now, what's interesting about this is that the music video for this featured some women on bicycles, and they were in the nude. So a lot of countries actually banned the video or edited the video. So and this here is the U.S. Picture sleeve of this song. As you can see here, they have painted on some pink panties on this girl, and it was also very also funny. To me, it's funny anyways, because they actually painted on this little strap on the back. Okay, and this is in the U.S., but a lot of countries, like in Germany, I have a German copy here, and I'll show you the difference. This one here, okay, they did go ahead and paint on or color on the panties, but there is no strap on her back. So as you can see that, so I'm not really sure why the censors in the U.S. decided that a strap on her back was that important. I don't think it was that important, really, even for the time. But it is interesting. But this is definitely my favorite Queen song, Bicycle Race and Fat Bottom Girls. And there you go. All right, and there you have it. There's my top 10 favorite Queen songs based on vinyl singles, from my least favorite down to my most favorite. And hope you enjoyed the video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, that was a great time to do so. Don't forget to go ahead and tap on that subscribe button and bash on that bell for notifications, and that way you know when I put up brand new videos just like this one here. Again, I want to thank everybody who stopped by, and I'll see you all next time.